Bayezid I, also known as Bayezid the Thunderbolt, Yıldırım Bayezid, was one of the most remarkable sultans of the early Ottoman Empire, ruling from 1389 to 1402. He was born around 1360, the son of Sultan Murad I and Gulçiçek Hatun, during a period when the Ottomans were rapidly expanding their power in both Anatolia and the Balkans. Bayezid inherited not only a growing empire, but also a complex geopolitical landscape dominated by rival Turkish beyliks, a declining Byzantine empire, and Christian kingdoms in Eastern Europe intent on halting Ottoman expansion. His reign was characterized by both dazzling military success and a catastrophic downfall that nearly destroyed the Ottoman state. Known for his incredible speed in military campaigns, Bayezid earned the nickname Yıldırım, meaning lightning, for his swift and decisive movements in battle. When his father Murad I was killed at the Battle of Kosovo in 1389, Bayezid immediately assumed command of the Ottoman army and ensured the continuation of the campaign, securing victory over the Serbians and consolidating Ottoman control in the Balkans. Unlike many rulers who took months to secure their thrones, Bayezid's rise to power was instantaneous. He executed his brother Yaqub to prevent any challenge to his rule, a precedent that would later become a grim but practical element of Ottoman succession politics. Once firmly in power, Bayezid I pursued an ambitious policy of expansion. In Anatolia, he sought to bring the various Turkish principalities, beyliks, under Ottoman control, viewing their independence as a threat to imperial unity. Through a combination of military campaigns and strategic marriages, he subdued the beyliks of Germiyan, Aydin, Saruhan, and Menteşe, incorporating their territories into the empire. He even annexed the powerful Karamanid beylik temporarily, though this would later prove a source of recurring rebellion. His authority extended over much of western Anatolia, giving the Ottomans direct access to the Aegean coast and the wealth of its trade routes. In the Balkans, Bayezid continued the aggressive policies of his father, expanding Ottoman influence deep into southeastern Europe. He subjugated Bulgaria in 1393, turning it into an Ottoman province, and captured key Serbian strongholds, including Niš and Smederevo. The Serbs, though defeated, were allowed to retain a measure of autonomy under Prince Stefan Lazarević, who became a vassal of Bayezid and even provided troops for Ottoman campaigns. The rapid Ottoman advance alarmed the Christian powers of Europe and prompted the organization of a major crusade to repel them. This culminated in the Battle of Nicopolis in 1396, one of the most significant confrontations of Bayezid's reign. The crusading army, composed of Hungarian, French, Burgundian, and other European knights under the command of King Sigismund of Hungary, advanced into Ottoman territory with confidence, but Bayezid's disciplined forces crushed them decisively on the banks of the Danube. The victory at Nicopolis was a triumph of Ottoman military organization and a devastating blow to European morale. It confirmed Bayezid's reputation as one of the most formidable commanders of his time and extended Ottoman control across the Balkans, effectively eliminating any serious Western resistance for decades. After his victory, Bayezid turned his attention once more to Anatolia and to the long-standing dream of capturing Constantinople. Between 1394 and 1402, he besieged the Byzantine capital repeatedly, cutting off supplies and forcing Emperor Manuel II Palaiologos into submission. To tighten his grip on the city, Bayezid constructed the fortress of Anadolu Hisari on the Asian side of the Bosporus, a strategic stronghold that controlled the passage between Asia and Europe. Although he came close to taking the city, the siege was never completed, largely due to the growing threat from the east, Tamerlane, the Turco-Mongol conqueror who was extending his empire into Persia and Anatolia. The confrontation between Bayezid and Tamerlane was inevitable. Both men were ambitious rulers claiming dominance over the Turkic world, and their paths collided as they competed for control of the Anatolian beyliks. Tamerlane accused Bayezid of mistreating the rulers who had sought refuge with him,
while Bayezid viewed Timur's interference in Anatolia as an intolerable provocation. The conflict culminated in the Battle of Ankara in 1402, one of the most catastrophic defeats in Ottoman history. Bayezid's army, though large and experienced, suffered from internal divisions and exhaustion from constant campaigning. During the battle, several of the Anatolian contingents defected to Timur, tipping the balance in his favor. The result was a complete rout of the Ottoman forces. Bayezid himself was captured, a humiliation that shocked both friend and foe alike. His capture marked the first and only time an Ottoman sultan fell into enemy hands. According to some sources, Tamerlane treated Bayezid with a mixture of respect and mockery, reportedly keeping him confined in a gilded cage, a story that may be apocryphal but became a powerful symbol of his downfall. Bayezid died in captivity in 1403, under unclear circumstances, some say from illness, others from despair. His sudden fall plunged the Ottoman Empire into a decade-long civil war known as the Ottoman Interregnum, during which his sons, Suleiman, Aisha, Musa, and Mehmet, fought bitterly for control of the empire. It was only with the eventual victory of Mehmet I that the Ottoman state was restored and stabilized. Despite his tragic end, Bayezid I's reign left an enduring legacy. He transformed the Ottoman Principality into a true empire, extending its boundaries dramatically in both Europe and Asia. His administrative and military reforms laid the groundwork for the later centralization of power under his successors. He also promoted the construction of mosques, madrasas, and public works, most notably in Bursa, which became a major center of Islamic learning and architecture. His rule symbolized both the heights of Ottoman ambition and the perils of overreach. Bayezid I remains one of the most dynamic and fascinating figures in Ottoman history, a ruler whose lightning-fast conquests expanded the empire to unprecedented limits, yet whose confrontation with Tamerlane revealed the fragility of his achievements. His life encapsulates the paradox of power in a rapidly expanding state, immense strength balanced precariously on the edge of collapse.